Advanced transcription number 30, speed 100 words per minute. Start. Sir, we have been listening to the honorable members who spoke so many hours together on the finance bill. Many of them, including you, the chairman, have been stressing about the land ceiling. We have seen that Assam has made land ceiling 3 times. But if you go to the field, you will find not a single landless people is restored or provided with land. And if you go state by state, say for example Madhya Pradesh is a state having 23% tribals. If you see the history, almost the entire lands belonged to the tribal people, and those tribals were pushed up on the hills, and those who are in the plains now are deprived of their own lands. If you ask them whose land is this, they will say that the land belongs to them and how it has been taken over by the sahukars and landlords. They will give the history that how the loan of rupees 5 or rupees 10 becomes rupees 100 in 2 or 3 years with compound interest thereon. In this way, lands have been squeezed by the sahukars and multi-landlords. If you go to the field, you will find that all the tillers of the land are scheduled caste and scheduled tribe people. If you go to our own state of Bihar from Patna to Ranchi, you will find on the whole land, on both sides of the roads, people are working. If you go to the field and ask the question whose land it is, they will at once say that this land belonged to them before. They are afraid to say this also. They will look this side, or if somebody hears this, they will be in danger. Therefore, I want to stress it is not the question of ceiling alone on lands. It is the question of how to provide the lands to the landless people who have been deprived. Now, in regard to Madhya Pradesh, where from my friend come, I have extensively examined the area in a certain capacity as a chairman of the welfare of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. There I found that a bill restoration of land has been passed many years ago. If you go through the act, you will find that just to restore the land to the people from whom the land has been squeezed by the sahukars or money lenders, it was found that huge money is to be paid to the money lenders, and thus the act has not been activized. If you go in detail, you will find that only rupees 50 were paid and the land was taken away after some years. So we have got to be practical about what we want to do. We do not see anything. We are only talking without any understanding as to why and what for there should be land ceiling. Mr. Stephen spoke on a very important point, that is how to see that these unscrupulous people can be controlled, and at the same disparities between the rich and the poor are to be removed. But he has pointed out that it is very difficult to control the big business people and also the monopolists. We talk of these monopolists. What is their number? They are only about 70 to 75. Why not we be able to see that the monopoly is squeezed up? You have been talking of a few landlords. You have been talking of a few owners of land, and whereby you are not gaining anything more, you can restore and land to the tillers whose lands have been reserved. The other day, Mr. Chairman, I heard you will great attention and you were found to be very practical. So we talk of land ceiling. This socialism cannot be established only by squeezing land from the few people. It is not possible. But why do we talk about them? We talk about them because they do not have any voice. Have we got the guts to speak about these monopolists and big business houses and urban ceiling? We have no guts. Now 25 years have passed and we have not done anything in regard to removal of disparities between the haves and have-nots. It is said by other parties that poor have become poorer and rich have become richer. What do we find in reality? I come from the tribal area. In those days, there was no question of giving education to the children. There was no question of giving them rich food, good clothes, and all that. Our economy was very easy and the life was also very easy. But now every household has to see that their children are educated, that their children are given rich food, good clothes, and so on. If you keep the ceiling at 18 acres of land only, you are not helping them. What is the protection that you give against exploitation? What is the produce of these 18 acres? In Assam, it will produce only 5 pounds in a biga of land, and if you multiply it by 18, you will find how much it will come to. It is not much, but what about the prices of food, clothes, and other essential commodities? If you compare like that, you are not helping the poor people. You are helping the rich people, the monopolists, and big business people. It is amazing that the Minister of Steel, Mines and Fuel, while replying to question this morning, was trying to shield the railway minister. He was saying that the difficulty in lifting coal was not entirely due to paucity of wagons. It was due to some other reasons. But he went on to say that the local authorities had or resort to road transport to move coal from those mines. If that is so, I do not know why, if the wagons had been made available in the past and if they are made available today, there was necessity to move coal from the colliery by road transport.